Okay, so here's the video for your scatter plot assignment. So I'll have sent you an email with some data. And instead of actually opening a new spreadsheet, we can just read in the spreadsheet. So if you go down to this envelope, open file picker here on the right hand side, click on that, and then go to upload. Then select file from your computer. So when you download the data, you should download it to your downloads directory. So go to your downloads directory, look for the file which is called scatter plot assignment. It says Microsoft Excel comma separated values file. So if we double click on that or click on it and do open, what it's going to do is it's going to actually open the values, so you don't even have to copy anything. So there's your data. There's 25 data points. So there's the X column and there's a Y column. Now, to do a scatter plot, you go to Insert, Chart, and it's automatically decided to do a line chart. You see, that's not what we expected. What a line chart does is it takes the X value. In this case, it'll take the first two values and say that's the X value 1 with two Y values, but really this is the X value and this is the Y value, so it's in the wrong orientation. So we go over to chart type, it says line chart, click on the down arrow thing, scroll down till you get to where it says scatter and choose that. Okay, so there's the scatter plot. And so that's all our data. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay. Now, one thing we can do while we're here is we can customize it. Really, it's not a whole lot to customize. We don't need the legend because we only have one set of data points. So we'll go to legend and position. Click over here, none. So that gets rid of the legend, which we didn't need. And if you go, let me click on the up arrow key here to collapse that. Do the same thing for series, and you could change the size of the dots. You could change the kind of symbol we're using. We're going to do the trend line, and you see it's drawn the line. So we're actually done with that for right now. Now if we click on the graph and we just kind of pull it to the right, you can see both the data and the resulting graph. Now the only thing we need now is, we could put a title if we wanted to. We could put the title axis titles, what X stands for and what Y stands for, if we wanted to, and you could do that by going to edit chart, customize, then titles. So you can have the chart title, you can have the subtitle, horizontal axis title, vertical axis title, and then you could put those in there. Let's go ahead and do that chart title. We'll call it chart title. How about that? Okay, and now you see it's over there. You can center it somewhere around here. Let's see. So if you wanted to center it across there, you can kind of, well, see how this is cross-hatching. So if I do centering, then it centers the title, which usually you like to have. And let's go ahead and do the x-axis, x and y-axis. So we go to the horizontal axis title. We'll just call that x-axis, x value. We'll say x value. Okay. And let's see what it looks like over here. Whoops, went too far. X value. It's a little small. So let's make it 16. Okay, so that's the X value. That's a horizontal title. And then we've got the vertical title. We'll call it Y value. And we'll make the size the same, 16 font. Okay, that's good. Let's close it. So we got chart title, we have the Y, X, and Y values, we've got the data points, and we've got the trend line. Now I'm going to show you one thing. Notice the order of the data is not in any particular order. And with scatter points, it doesn't matter because each pair of xy represents a point. Let's see if we can figure out what this is. This is 8.35 and 4.83. 8.35 and 4.83. So it's probably one of these two here. I think if you click on the graph, you can actually see. Yeah, so that this data point here is 8.335 x, y 4.83. Okay, so that's kind of nice if you want to see which ones are which. Now, the last thing is we want to have the regression information. So we'll include that in this same page. So we go to Add-ons, Excel Minor Analysis Toolpack, Start. So we're going to look for linear regression. So you need the Y input range. So that's the Y column right here, column B. So if we highlight the data, so this is instead of manually entering it, you highlight data, then you click in the cell. So that's B2 through B26. Now you highlight the X values, which is this column. Click in there. We're going to take off the 95% confidence level. And if we scroll to the right, just to the right of the graph, and let's click into that cell. So we're going to put all the regression information. We've already got one plot, so we really don't need another plot. That's all we do. We just have to click here in I1 and then click there and it says I1. So we've got our input range, our input at Y range, input X range, where we want to put the results. Take confidence level off, say OK, and we have that. So the things that are important, and I'll highlight them, and I want you, when you send me an email, just like you've done with the other project, you'll make it as an Excel attachment. We want the R squared, and we want the X and Y values for the equation. So I'm going to open up my notebook here, Smart Notebook, and I'm going to just tell you what you need to write in your text. Okay, let's put some text there. Okay, so here's the text you want to include in the analysis. So R squared 8.828. So we'll do R squared. So I think you can do a superscript or somewhere here. I thought you could do like a superscript. Let's see if this works. No. I'll just say R squared equals, and I've already forgotten what it was, 0.828. So let's just paint that with a color. So actually we can go ahead and close that for right now. I don't know why it's not changing color. Anyway, hopefully you can see R squared is that. And then you've got the intercept and the X variable. So this is the slope and this is the intercept. So it's the equation. So this, I already forgot to write the 0.828, 0.828, and then you've got the equation, which is Y equals, go back here, this is the slope, 0.72, 0.72x, and then we have minus, because this is negative 1.52, round it off, negative 1.52. So that's the correlation coefficient, and that is the equation. So if we go back to the plot, the line here, the equation for that line is what I just said, and the correlation coefficient is related to the scatter, the amount of scatter. If these points were closer to the line, then the r squared value would get closer to 1. And then when you're finished, make sure you probably want to put your name here. Don't know why I did that. Okay. So you're going to send this to me, but yeah, change the title. So you probably put your name in there actually. So Steve Scatterpod. So put your name in there, Scatterpod assignment. Put a space there. And now this is the name of the file. Then you're going to email as attachment. Send it as an Excel file. Send it to me. It'll put the name right here. Everything will be perfect. And then put your equation in here. So r squared equals 0.828, y equals what did I say it was? 0.72, 0.72 x minus 1.52. Send. And that's it.